You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning. It is Monday, July 24th, and I am honored to start the last full week of July with you. We have a few exciting things happening here on today's show. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. I've got Kevin Shields joining me here in studio, but we'll be celebrating our collaboration with Covered Bridge. Ambrosia may be joining us, the band, to talk about their unplugged concert at Beaver Creek this week. Then the Stockton group will be here in person. We love hearing all that they have to tell us about, and then lots more. So stay tuned. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up. Coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Thank you, Kim, for that show open. We do have a great show in store for you today. But let's take a look at that local weather. Local weather is sponsored today by Sun and Ski Sports, the place to go for all your outdoor adventure gear. So get in there. They've got a lot of great specials, and it's all seasonal. So it fits your needs for today. Well, looking at the local weather, 63 degrees as you get up today. 88 is going to be the high today. So we're going to see a little bit warmer temperatures. 15% chance of precipitation. We see those winds coming in from the west at 10 to 15 miles an hour. That usually indicates that we have got some kind of weather coming in. And as we go through weather by the day, you can see probably that 3-4 o'clock hours when we're going to see those highest temperatures, but then those clouds start to roll in, and that's when we might see a few afternoon light showers, but definitely something coming our way. Now, the I-70 corridor, fairly consistent, 99 today, teasing that 100 mark there in Denver, 88 in Vail, 91 in Avon, and a little warmer over in Eagle at 94 degrees. So it's kind of warming up through that corridor tonight, cooling down a little bit, 55 degrees, 15% chance of precipitation. So we might see a little late afternoon rain or overnight rain to kind of cool things down a little more. That sun setting 8:27, so fairly consistent. We haven't seen it start to inch down too much yet, so we've still got those longer days, and those winds are going to die down from the south, 10 to 12 miles an hour. So again, not a lot going on tonight, but as we promised, with those winds come in some thunderstorms. So as we look at this 5-day, you can see Tuesday mostly sunny, 84 degrees, 84 on Wednesday, Thursday 83 degrees, partly cloudy, and kind of teasing us with a chance of thunderstorms there. Again, Thursday 30%, Friday 25%, but in those mid-80s is kind of where we're going to be as far as temperatures go. We'll see if those showers really happen and if it cools things down.
Do you think it's going to cool things down?
I think it will. I think if we get a little bit of precipitation, it might drop it a little bit, make it a little more comfortable.
I really hope that it does.
Yeah.
I think this 88 degrees is brutal, but we're on the last week of July, so we're in the middle of the summer.
I know, and last week we had those 70s, so it was 70s always. No, bumped it up a little bit, but still, you can't ask for more beautiful weather in the mountains.
You really can't, and it's nice that it's so cool at night, so you're not just drenched in sweat throughout the entire day.
And we know your apartment is hot.
Hey, it was great over the weekend.
Okay,
it really was.
Good. You need a nice little cross breeze. Those winds are coming up a little bit today,
I'm learning all the tips and tricks from the Coloradans that I've just recently met, and it's just been really fun exploring the community.
We need to put a TVA temperature gauge in your apartment so we can, here's Kim's
so everyone
habitat.
can see what I feel every day, right?
Yeah, kind of like the San Diego Zoo.
Yeah.
They do that with the polar bears.
They do.
Yeah, there's a little thermometer there. Say, what's you dealing with today?
I love being compared to a polar bear.
Well, polar bears are cute. They're nice.
They're
nice
so cute and fuzzy, and they love the cold weather, which I also do as well. So I think we have something in common. So Kevin, do you have a good weekend?
I had a great weekend,
Yep.
A lot going on, a lot of adventuring out. There's so much to do
there really
here,
is.
and that's where a lot of people don't realize you've got, if you just want to drive, do a day drive, a little day trip, there are so many places that you can go. Crystal Mill is a great place. I need to get out there, see that. Telluride, Ouray, all the neat areas you can just get out to and enjoy if you want to get out and camp. Perfect camping weather.
Great camping weather. Speaking of road trips, I got to go experience Steamboat, so that was fun. Did a little river tubing.
Nice.
You know, my foray into the Colorado river life.
Right.
It was great.
It's official. You're official now.
I'm official. I am officially
You've been
official.
baptized in the Colorado River, so it is official.
You know, it's a little shallow in certain spots, so I got stuck, but that was definitely an adventure. But it was a good time.
Nice, nice. So what is on your bucket list for Colorado? Have you built your bucket list yet?
I have not, and I'm like looking for some input. So.
All right. Well, you got to get out, get a little map, look at some things. I know you hike.
I do.
So get a trail guide, trail map, or download All Trails.
All Trails.
Which is a neat way to go because wherever you're at, you can just hit it and see mountain biking, just regular pedestrian hiking trails. Kind of separates it out.
I think I've got about another month that I'm allowed to claim I'm new in town.
Okay.
And then after that,
you got to know your stuff.
everything. I really do.
You got to have it figured out.
So I'll be calling you after hours. Kevin, what do I need to do? What's the list?
Yeah, I go, okay, here you go. Here's where we're at. But a lot to get out there and do, a lot of adventuring. Obviously, you got out the Steamboat. I got a little bit out this weekend to enjoy what we have to offer here in beautiful, colorful Colorado.
It is so colorful. It felt a little bit like fall temps today. So we're excited to see what we've got in today's show. Lots of exciting guests joining us in studio. We've got some exciting conversations and a huge celebration of our collaboration with Covered Bridge. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
It's just so exciting to have Covered Bridge joining us and talking about their stories that go from print to life. So we've got an exciting Covered Bridge segment with Eric Bropha, so talking about how to live like a local. I know I'll be paying attention to this one.
Hi everyone, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. My name is Kim Fuller and I'm the co-owner of Jaunt Media Collective in West Vail and the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the other co-owner and the director of partnerships at Covered Bridge magazine. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Eric Bropha, a longtime local of the Vail Valley. Welcome, Eric.
Hi.
Hey, thanks, sir. I'm fantastic, man. How about you?
I'm really good.
Yeah, you just got back from
springtime.
Ooh, and you got back from perfect timing, right? You just arrived back today or yesterday?
Oh, last night, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Eric has many things that we could talk about today, but he was gracious enough to be our Live Like a Local in the upcoming issue of Covered Bridge magazine. And I think, there's a lot to the depth of, again, what you've added to this valley, what you've brought to this community. But maybe start to how you got here. That'd be fantastic for me to hear when you arrived in this lovely valley.
Yeah, so my parents were applying for a job here to manage the first ski shop in Vail, and they worked at a ski shop in New Hampshire. So we all packed up and drove out here to see what Vail was about and talked to Dick Hauserman and some of the early locals about what that would look like. And upon coming here and going up on the mountain and so on in the fall, my dad turned around and drove back, sold the house, hooked up a U-Haul, and drove everything out. So that's how I ended here at the age of 7.
You remember that move pretty specifically and
yeah.
what that was like?
I do the loaded down car and coming over Vail Pass and driving down into a valley with nothing and trying to figure out how we were going to live here.
Uh-huh.
And that was back in the good old days when there was tons of things to do, lots of establishments built, right? Like, or how did that go?
There was nothing. There were dirt roads, and town was basically from Golden Peak to maybe about where just past, where the hospital is now. Mm-hmm. The old hospital was there, and that was town, and there was not much in it, but there were just no I-70, no buildings, past that east or west. So that was basically it.
And you started going to school?
Yes.
Right away?
Right above the fire station.
Okay, how many kids were with you in school?
At that time, I'm not sure. There were a couple of classrooms, and the school varied in size. At the smallest, it had 8. And then I think by the time I graduated, I had a class of 4. But I think the school was up to maybe 40 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty small.
Wow. And even probably during the school months, it was this way. So in the article, Live Like a Local, Eric says, growing up here was like going to summer camp every day.
Yeah, because all we did was go hike, camp, fish. I mean, there's nothing to do. Obviously, no television. There weren't many facilities that were built to have any activities for kids. Diana Donovan ran a summer camp from Donovan's fame, and so we would go pile into her Land Rover, and drive up the dirt road to Piney and go fishing for the day and do that kind of stuff. But there really wasn't much to do other than go hang out outside all day.
Mm-hmm. So, you've seen over the years the valley drastically shift, change, still become what it is today, this world-class destination.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You're still here.
Right.
What is it that keeps you here? What is it that you love so much that we have you after 60-something years still?
I'm growing up with Vail, I figure out. Well, everybody asks me, like, did you ever move away? Well, my family was here. My parents were here. Then my kid was here, my daughter Whitney. And so it was like always, it was home. It's where you came back to. I always went to other places, but it was really awesome to come home here. It was wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll show some photos with the segment that we're lucky enough to have and be able to publish in Covered Bridge. But also you shared some with us this morning that were of Vail Mountain when it was newly cut in. Early on. Yeah. So what are some of your standout memories of, even when, we talked about when you moved here and started school and then, having life like a summer camp, but as you grew older, started your family, and continuing to make memories. The photos really showcase the amount of fun that you have
Yeah.
and the amount of participation, which is a lot, that you have in this community. So what has that been like for you?
Well, I think with the mountain itself, it was from Riva Ridge to Picaroon, if you can imagine that width. And everybody asks, like, did you backcountry ski? Did you ski East Vail chutes? Did you do any of that? And no, because Rim Run was out of bounds, and Lodgepole and Lion's Head was out of bounds, and all that. So it was a much closer. You just would ski out, ski through the trees, and come back wherever that took you. But we didn't have to explore very far to go have good fun. It wasn't quite as adventurous as it is now. Yeah.
But adventurous in its own way.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
being a new place, a new destination for so many
Yeah.
people.
I wasn't the lost boy. That was somebody else.
That's good.
No trails named after you that
Right.
you know of.
Exactly.
But you remember that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's it's pretty exciting to have someone who's actually not even born here, but has spent their whole life here, raised a family here, to actually share those words. Because as we know, the Valley has probably never been an easy place to live. I mean, you're talking back then it was fun, but I'm sure your parents, it was a struggle just to get here, number one. And then when they got here, it's like, how do we keep these kids occupied? And then off seasons and all of that. So it's inspiring to have your words in the publication to give us hope that we can create a life here and we can be here forever and raise a family here and see the ebbs and flows of what might be next. Who knows? There might be new ski runs somewhere. Maybe there'll be a connecting lift. All these glorious ideas of burying I-70. Maybe they'll come to fruition.
Right. And I think even through all those times, I think we had the same struggles everyone has now about how do you make it on one job? You don't. You have two jobs or three jobs, and housing. Housing has always been an issue, no matter when we started. And I just don't think we've ever been able to get ahead of any of those kind of things. So it's kind of interesting to see that the same things that are topical today are things that we started with when we had nothing. We just had more space to try and build things.
Yeah, so what, right now, as you are here in the Valley, and we're in a transitional season, which is sort of a nice time to refresh, regroup, get ready for the busy summer ahead.
Right.
What excites you about what's to come, about the future of this community, and what already exists in this community that you're a part of?
Well, I think it's still the same thing. Is we have the outdoors and we have access to so many things so close to us. And in the wintertime, it's primarily skiing or winter-based activities. In the summer, that just goes. I feel like it explodes. It opens it up to many more people that don't maybe take advantage of everything in the winter. So I'm always excited to go do all those things again and see new things and go back to places that I haven't been to maybe in years and revisit them and just share that passion and love with everyone else that likes to go outside and explore. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then Eric, for those who are visiting Vail and watching this, or locals themselves, what does it mean to you to live like a local in the Vail Valley?
I always include ownership in that. I think if you're going to be a local here, you have to take some ownership in the community and building part of that. And I think what you guys do is so great in bringing everybody together, making an awareness about that. And I think we just have to get involved in what we dream and what we want and what we ask for, and find a group or find a way to give back, because if you're just sitting back, you're not really helping the community. So whether it's a mountain cleanup day or volunteer and do something and get involved.
Well, that's amazing. It's awesome to have Eric share those words, and I think he nailed it at the end there. You want to be a local here in the Vail Valley. How can you get involved? There's so many opportunities for you to better your community, to be more involved in your community and make new connections. So we're excited for you guys to read Eric's article, Live Like a Local, in the upcoming issue of Covered Bridge Magazine.
Yeah, and check out all those great photos as well. So thank you for watching Covered Bridge on TV8. We'll see you next time.
Enjoy the journey.
Good morning, Vail.
Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you into Rugs Benedict to come explore our 12,000 square foot showroom. We've been serving the Vail Valley for over 50 years now with flooring needs. And we inventory a ton of product from Carpet One to provide the very best values, highest style. We just built a warehouse, 15,000 square foot warehouse in gypsum. So we have over 120 different broadloom carpets. We have a lot of waterproof wood flooring, things that we can install right away. We have employee installers, a lifetime installation warranty. Many of them have been with us for decades, and they're true craftsmen in their work. They're absolutely extraordinary at installing any of the flooring that we provide. We also have over 1,000 area rugs in stock right now, and they start at 2x3s. I could bring these into the studio today, but they go all the way up to 12x16s, and we have them hanging on the racks just like shopping for clothing. So it's very easy for you to just flip through, see what's available. We'll deliver them to your house so you can check out how they look in your space with your lighting. All different sizes, all different shapes, some things that are going to be a little bit more contemporary as well as tribal, traditional, all the latest and greatest looks. We have things that are hand knotted, silk, woolen silk options, all the way down to some machine-made indoor-outdoor type rugs. So really anything that you're looking for your business, for your home, for a rental, Rugs Benedict can provide it. And one thing I consistently hear when people leave our showroom is, that was so easy, thank you so much. So we make the process very easy. Come in, take a look, and we'd love to offer you a free estimate. Look forward to seeing you in our showroom.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Whether you live here in the Valley or you're just visiting, it brings out a healthy lifestyle. In our next Covered Bridge segment, we're going to pair with the Foods of Vail and make an Asian pasta salad. Let's take a look at that process.
Hi everyone, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. My name is Kim Fuller, the editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the other owner and director of partnerships at Covered Bridge magazine. We're here today with Tracy Von Curran of Foods of Vail.
Yeah.
Tracy, thank you so much for being here with us. It's pretty exciting. Tracy's been in the Valley for quite some time, and if you have not been to Foods of Vail, I recommend swinging by there. Tracy, how long has Foods of Vail been going on?
Almost 35 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So just new to the Valley then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I moved here in 1979.
That's amazing.
I know.
So,
What's your background in culinary, Tracy?
Well, my background is in business. I went to business school, but then when I decided that I wanted to venture into the culinary realm in a business, I went to France. I went to cooking school.
It's the
It
place
was
to
fabulous, just fabulous. And I did lots of little mini seminars and courses, primarily self-taught, but France was really a game changer. Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm open to learning all about this wonderful recipe. We're featuring the Asian pasta salad in the summer and fall issue of Covered Bridge. Beautiful photo to complement, and we get to see it made here live. So walk us through, Tracy. How do we begin this recipe?
I would begin by cooking your pasta. In the recipe, I wrote that to use spaghetti, but when I'm doing a smaller batch, I love angel hair. I just love the way it feels on your mouth, so yummy and slippery. And so I love this Italian angel hair because I feel like the semolina flour really makes the pasta more durable and will hold up to, the dressing and the vegetables. So I like to start with the dressing. So it's a mayo-based dressing, so we're going to just start with our mayo.
Perfect. And in the magazine, I believe it's a serving size about 6 to 8. And if that's what we're working with today, then we'll, guests will be able to know, or not guests, we got guests. If you're having guests over, this is a perfect size for a picnic.
It might be a little bit more,
Okay.
I might serve a little bit more.
Okay, perfect.
But, okay, so start with your mayo. And then over here, I have all these fabulous ingredients. So they're not totally pre-measured, but you can get the recipe in the magazine. So I'm going to start with like a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I'm going to do a little bit of this sambal olek. This is like an Indonesian chili paste, and it's very spicy. So I would start light, and then you can always add more later.
Depending on your spice level, yeah.
Exactly. Then I like to put just like a hint of sesame oil in there to give it that yummy umami undertone. This is tamari. I use tamari instead of soy sauce because it's gluten-free. And even though we are having it on pasta, but we only use tamari in our shop. And then a little squirt of sriracha, because we all love sriracha. Again, you can go a little heavier, if you like the spice to be a little bit elevated. And then the rice wine vinegar, this is like a toasted rice wine vinegar or seasoned rice wine vinegar. Maybe about a quarter cup, because that's going to balance out the richness of the mayonnaise and those other spices. And kind of what you're looking for is like a little hot pink. Oh, I forgot my favorite.
Ooh.
The Thai chili sauce. We all love this. It's like the new ketchup. You can dip anything in it, and that's going to give it a little sweetness. It has a little heat to it, but it really mostly has a lot of sweetness. So now you have this really, really, really pretty base. Oh, I was going to let you taste it.
Again, it took no time at all.
Here you go. Here, what do you
I'll have to
think?
try this
Taste
out.
that.
How is it, Bobby?
That's
Spicy?
amazing.
Isn't that yummy?
And it took you
like what, 3 minutes?
Yeah, not even.
Yeah, so now I'm going to take my pasta and I'm going to put the sauce, the dressing in there. Can you hand me those tongs?
Of course.
Yeah, and so we'll give this, a nice toss. And, pasta always soaks up the dressing. So we're just going to start with that, and then we can toss it again a little bit later if we want. Okay, so then here, the vegetables that we put in there are sugar snap peas. You see those? And I've chopped those up. Yep. And then we've got some scallion, so green onion. Put those in there. Red bell pepper. You can do these either in chunks or in like little batons, if you will, make them a little bit bigger. Sometimes I think a little bigger is better because then you can snag it with your fork.
Yeah, a little more crunch when you want it, right?
Yeah, and sometimes when they're really small, you just can't get them with your fork. So I like them just slightly bigger.
I
So
love
then-
this dish for the season because it can be a main course, a great lunch item, or it can be a side at a picnic.
I have put chicken on this. I
I
have
bet
put
that's delicious.
shrimp in there. Really good, because then it can be like a main course, al fresco dinner.
Yeah, you could
And it's
package this up.
Yeah, it's a great picnic item.
Yeah.
Now, is
perfect
this
for
a salad
Bravo.
that you serve at Foods of Vail?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
That's awesome.
And then the last thing is we like to have a little cilantro. And nice, but you don't have to pick the cilantro off like you do parsley because the stems are okay. So I'm just kind of rolling it into a little bunch. And then I'm just going to give it a rough chop. Yeah.
Nice.
And it doesn't have to be real fine either. I like to really get that flavor. And see, I have gloves on. Best tools in the world to just absolutely toss all this together.
Pretty bright looking salad. So like Kim said, it's also, time of the year, right? I mean, it almost reminds you of spring and summer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd eat it all year long.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
I happen to
absolutely.
just love it. Do you want to bring that bowl a little closer?
Yeah.
That serving bowl?
I think we'll be bringing this to Bravo Vail
There
this
you
summer.
go,
It's
and
a
then
perfect
just kind of
picnic
put
item.
it all in there.
Wow.
There you go. And then
Beautiful.
let's just
Amazing.
grab a little bit of our black sesame seeds.
Uh-huh.
Just for a
finishing
little
touch.
Wow.
finishing touch. I think that makes that so beautiful. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Yeah?
Wow, and looks
I hope you guys are ready for lunch.
delicious.
Yeah. I hope you're ready for that.
So Foods of Vail is in Avon.
We are.
Yeah, tell us how to find you, and also in terms of ordering things ahead of time, how big can you handle? How you can also walk in and get a soup if you're a
We
diner.
have a brick and mortar, so you can walk in, you can take a look at all of our beautiful salads, and you can just buy them by the pound. We have fresh salmon. We have always like a chicken piccata. In the winter we might have more savory things like meatloafs and short ribs. Then we also have a whole freezer case full of lasagnas and chicken pot pies and King Ranch casseroles, and then soups galore. I mean, so you can come in and stock up your freezer. It's a great opportunity not to cook. And then we do have a full menu that you can order, all kinds of platters of food for parties, graduation parties, rehearsal dinners. We do a total off-premise catering component as well. So like this past Saturday we did the prom.
Oh yeah.
We did food for the prom. We did. And then the night before that we did a rehearsal dinner. So, all kinds of events happening in this valley.
Yeah, and if you haven't had an opportunity, I know when I'm driving around delivering magazines or looking for the next ad sale, I'm hungry a lot of times. And there's not a lot of quick options that are actually healthy options. I've gone to Foods of Vail several times, get myself a nice piece of chicken parmesan and a little side salad or just a soup to go. And I think, people should really look at you as that too. It's like, yes, you do catering, but it's a great spot to just grab a bite to eat quickly as well.
Absolutely. We have a few seats inside, and then in the summer we can spill outside, so we do have some, outdoor options for dining. And you're right, it's fast. You're just hungry, you come in, people come in and say, just give me, 5 ounces of chicken salad, and they just grab it and go.
Wow. Well, Tracy Van Kuren, thank you so much for
You're so
nourishing
welcome.
our valley and for sharing this beautiful recipe, Asian pasta salad, which you can also find in the summer and fall issue of Covered Bridge. Thank you all for watching Covered Bridge on TV8. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Good morning, Vail.
If you haven't seen Good Day Vail lately, here's what you've been missing. I'm Cece Zach, and I'm the host of Good Day Vail, and you can find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com and on YouTube. We're here to serve the Vail Valley, and we look forward to sharing our story with all of you.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to Danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Hi there. Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, and welcome back to looking at our local weather. See what's coming in and happening here in the Valley today, tonight, and then through the next 5 days. We'd like to thank Sun and Ski Sports for sponsoring this segment. Remember, your place for adventure gear is Sun and Ski Sports. So get out there and take part in some of the special deals they have going on. They're here in Avon, Colorado, just over in Chapel Square. Now, taking a look at the local weather, 63 degrees as you get up at 8 o'clock this morning. Going to be a high today of 88 degrees, a little bit warmer temperatures than what we're seeing. 15% chance of precipitation, but some of those winds are starting to move in. We're going to see 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds come in, and typically that's going to blow in some different weather. As we look at Vail by the hour, 82, noon, 85, so you're going to see those warmer temperatures at 3 or 4 p.m. time frame. So just be ready for that. And then we're going to see some of those clouds move in. Now, as we look at the I-70 corridor, again, some warmer temperatures coming this way. 99 in Denver, 88 in Vail, 91 in Avon, and then 94 just over in Eagle. So again, kind of warms up as you get over to the west there, back from Denver on the east. So you see that warmer weather coming through, pushing those winds, pushing some of that new weather in. Tonight it's going to be nice, 55 degrees. Again, a 15% chance of precipitation. Those winds are going to die down a little bit, 5 to 10 miles an hour coming in from the south. But again, those higher winds this afternoon are going to be blowing in some weather. So you look at Tuesday, 84 degrees, partly sunny. Thunderstorms possibly in the afternoon on Wednesday. So as we look at Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there is a higher chance of precipitation, but those temperatures, it's going to be 83, 85 degrees in there and partly cloudy. So as we gear up to get into that next weekend, hopefully that sun will come out. Saturday, there's a low chance of precipitation, 20%, mostly sunny, 85 degrees. Nice evening temperatures, staying right there in those mid 50s. Now let's take it over to Robbie Whittle. He's with TV8 Sports and is going to let us know what's happening here in the sporting community.
All right, thanks for joining us. So fall sports are starting to pick up here in the Valley, and over at Battle Mountain High, the Huskies volleyball team, they're excited to see a returning starter take the court in her senior season. Inside the gym at Battle Mountain High, the sound of bouncing volleyballs ring out, signifying the start of the new season. This year, energy is something the Huskies need, and head coach Shelby Crummer is ready for senior setter Lily Suman to bring it.
Help it, help it. If you have ever been to a Battle Mountain game or watched her play, you see it and you're watching it and you also feel it. The way she celebrates and, or overcomes something that is maybe not something to celebrate but moves beyond it and forgets that error quickly is a huge example and just overall brings the team forward in the game.
Suman's energy is perhaps her greatest asset to the team, but how does she channel so much life into her game?
So your team says you have a lot of energy, and after watching you play, I agree, but where does all that passion come from?
This is really like my outlet. I go to work, I go to school, I have all my, especially as a senior, like I have all my application stuff to do, and I come here and I just like have so much fun, and these are all my best friends, and all my energy just comes from being so excited to be here and just like enjoying the time, so.
Suman isn't afraid to be vocal with her team, which makes her a leader, but she's also a competitor who pushes everyone around her, even those who are after her starting position.
We play the same position. We've been fighting for it for the last 4 years, like since we were freshmen. She's the person that I compete for, against, with, and yeah, she makes me better.
When talking further with Suman, she let her competitive side show.
So you mentioned in your 4 years here at Battle Mountain, the Huskies have never been able to get over the hump and beat rival school Eagle Valley. How memorable would it be in your senior season if you got 2 wins on the court over the Devils?
That's my goal. Like that's all I really am looking for. Like I said, I have not beat them since I've been here, and just to leave like on that note would be like the best thing ever. So I really hope we can pull it out, but we'll see.
Battle Mountain Volleyball will play their first game against Eagle Valley this season in Gypsum at the end of September.
And also at Battle Mountain High, a group of kids are gearing up for a big performance. I caught up with Celebrate the Beat to find out their mission and what the children are looking forward to most.
Music like this can make anyone dance, and it's helping these children prepare for a big performance at the Vail Dance Festival. This class is composed of children from 9 different schools in the valley. The anticipation to take the stage builds every day in each.
Are you looking forward to that performance?
Very much, so much.
What are you looking forward to most about it?
Just dancing in front of a lot of people.
The class is run by Celebrate the Beat, a nonprofit organization that gives students in the valley an opportunity to dance. More importantly, an outlet.
Celebrate the Beat came to my school, and I just was dancing when I was little, but I didn't have the money to afford a dance class. And it was free, and it was just very, like, something for me to do, to look forward to.
Many children in the class share a similar story to Quinn's. However, the organization isn't limited to summer courses. Celebrate the Beat provides courses in schools around the valley, giving children more exposure to dance.
It just gives them an opportunity to excel in maybe in art or a form that they wouldn't have even realized that they enjoyed. So because we get to touch all of them during that school year, they find a joy and a passion for something they didn't know they had.
The courses are fun, but meant to challenge the children as well. Dedication to the program is valued, and the children are rewarded for their progress.
It's giving me, like, the lead of the show, sometimes solos, and, like, sometimes you get to see yourself, like, dance. And after shows, my parents would be like, good job, which makes me really proud.
Susu says the work she puts in outside of rehearsals is challenging for her some days, but this is a reason why she enjoys the program.
Believe it or not, children want to be pushed. They want to be challenged. They excel because then they feel that adrenaline. They feel their heart pumping. They feel the sweat, and it feels good.
If you're looking to join all the action, 5 spots recently opened for Celebrate the Beat's next session in the Valley. The program is for ages 9 to 14, and Ashley encourages everyone interested to reach out online.
Now, we've touched on sports here around the Valley, but outside the Valley, collegiate programs are gearing up for their fall sports as well. Down in Colorado Springs, the Air Force Academy has big expectations for this season, and they hope to win a conference championship in the Mountain West.
Air Force was picked to finish second in the preseason football poll released by the Mountain West Conference. The Falcons finished the 2022 season 10-3 overall and were second in the Mountain West Mountain Division with a 5-3 mark. The Falcons also posted their 3rd straight 10-win season, excluding the COVID-shortened 2020 season, which only Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, Utah, and Oregon have matched. The Falcons won a series record 21st Commander-in-Chief's trophies and defeated Baylor to win the Armed Forces Bowl last season. The only school sitting in front of the Falcons in the poll is conference foe Boise State, who's coming off a 10-4 season with the Broncos going 8-0 last year in conference matchups.
Now we'll continue traveling around the Centennial State to Golden, Colorado, where Colorado School of the Mines women's soccer is gearing up for their season, where their schedule is slated.
The Ore Diggers are coming off a campaign that saw them sweep both the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference regular season and tournament titles while also winning the South Regional Championship. Mines kicks off the season with 6 straight matchups at home before hitting the road towards the end of September to take on UCCS in Colorado Springs. The Ore Diggers face off on the field in the regular season against all 9 of the other 9 teams from Colorado in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference.
Now make sure to come back to us next week as we plan on doing some more traveling here around the colorful Colorado state.
We'll be up in Boulder chatting with Team Colorado as they prepare to hit the road to Dayton, Ohio to compete for $1 million in the widely popular and iconic The Basketball Tournament, aka TBT.
And that's going to wrap up your sports, but make sure to come back to us next week for more coverage around the Valley.
Good morning, Vail.
Familia de TV8, estamos muy emocionados de seguir avanzando nuestra programación en español. Recientemente tuvimos un exitoso evento donde colaboramos con nuestra comunidad para desarrollar ideas sobre nuestro contenido y nuestra programación en español. Así que muchísimas gracias a todas las personas que asistieron. Y si no tuviste la oportunidad de contribuir, aún puedes mandarme tus comentarios a través de correo electrónico. Y además te invitamos a seguir nuestras nuevas redes sociales para estar al tanto de todo nuestro contenido en español. Nos encuentras en Instagram y Facebook, @TV8 Conexión Latina, o nuestra página web tv8vail.com/Conexión Latina. Recuerda que puedes sintonizar toda la programación de TV8 a través del canal 92 de Comcast o nuestra página web tv8vail.com. TV8 is excited to continue making progress to our Spanish programming. We recently had a successful event at our studio where we collaborated with community members to develop ideas for the future of our Spanish programming. So thank you to everyone who came out. And if you didn't get a chance to contribute, you can still send me your comments via email. You can also now follow our new Spanish social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram @TV8 Conexión Latina or our website tv8vail.com/Conexión Latina so you can stay up to date on all our Spanish content. Remember, you can also tune in to all of our TV8 programming on Comcast Channel 92 or our website at tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pastel. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now, check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, I am honored and excited. I've got some incredible gentlemen joining me here on the couch, but I've got the original members of Ambrosia joining us to talk about all things band life and their upcoming concert at Beaver Creek this week. Thanks so much for joining me, Joe. I've got Chris and Burley joining me here. So really exciting. How are you?
Well, we're awake.
You made it.
We made
You
it,
avoided
yeah.
all of the roundabouts. You didn't get too lost.
Yeah,
There's
we
a lot
did.
of those here.
We were getting a little dizzy with all this stuff we got here.
That's amazing. So, Joe, I'd love to start with you. Tell me a little bit about Ambrosia, how you got started. You know, the exciting thing, you've been doing this for 50 years, so it's really incredible.
Yeah, it is surprising 50 years later.
It's the dream.
The band started, 1970 was our first
1970.
Time we got together. I had been in a band with one of the guys who's no longer with us, who went off solo career, and we were looking for a keyboard player. And I had gone to, only 1 year with Chris at my high school. He had been taken out of his high school because there were too many ruffians there. And they wanted to go to a more, erudite, well-mannered school, which supposedly was my high school. And he ended up at my high school, and all the other kids that were the rough kids ended up they all sent him to my high school. He ended up with all the bad kids. He just hung out with the same kids he was there. But he played at the talent show, and I used to always play at the talent show. And I go, wow, this guy can really play. And so we were looking for a keyboard player later to add to the band that we had started. And we went to this rehearsal. He was in another band at the time. And we walk in, and it was like one of these psychedelic eras. There was a psychedelically painted coffin with speakers in it that you would go in the coffin and listen. And at the back of the room, there's this guy playing an organ. There's a bottle of wine on it. He's like 18 years old, smoking a cigarette. And there's this girl massaging his shoulders as he plays. We got to get that guy in the band. So
play a note. I just look cool.
He does look cool. Can he play? I don't know. He just looks great.
Charming the ladies.
So
That's
Chris
great.
joined the band, and then the drummer we had, he was going through a thing. He just had a kid. He had a real job. So we wanted to rehearse and play all the time. So we said we got to find another drummer. So we went to a place called the Musicians Contact Service.
Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood.
What was it? Cost $5 whole. It was
$5.
hard to come up with that kind of money back then, but we managed to pay the $5.
Oh, you had to pay $5. I had to pay $5 to put the
they
car
make
in.
a lot of money.
They made a ton of money off us.
The list was huge, but we just kept going down all these names. So we see this name, Burley Drummond. We go, drummer? Burley Drummond? Is that his real name? And so finally we thought, we got to check it out. And so we met with him, and he came. After we met with him, he said, seems like a great guy. Let's see what it sounds like when we play together. I think at that time, we had no place to rehearse but in my parents' living room.
I bet they love that.
And here we are with all these amps and speakers and all this stuff, and he comes in with his drums. And we said, okay, let's see what happens. So we just started a jam.
Started playing. The first song lasted an hour and a half.
We didn't stop playing for an hour and a half. Just kept jamming.
But that's not the reason I'm in the band. The reason I'm in the band is because I had a van.
Transportation.
Yeah,
was cute.
It was a beautiful van. It was really.
There were some things that were more important than how well you played back then.
No, it was.
Van.
It actually was incredibly. It was a purple VW van. And it was a really beautiful
Bed in the
purple.
back. Okay.
Bed in the back. Where you lived half the time, I think.
So very flashy and.
So that was the nucleus of the
That's how
band.
it is.
That the three of us are still together after all these years, amazingly enough.
I bet, friends that are family, and that's what you all are now at this point. You're stuck with each
Pretty
other.
much, yeah.
So I love your music, and it's just, you have so many hits. It's really impressive. Now, give us a little bit of history on the name Ambrosia. How did you land on that?
Oh, okay. Well, there's a little. We had original name of the band was Ambergris Might, which I had taken out of 1001 Nights or the Arabian Nights, that book. There was someone I was reading it and looking for just weird names. There was something about the Ambergris Might. I go, oh, that's a cool name, Ambergris Might. So we were that for about.
Wasn't it isn't that part of the whale that they make?
Ambergris is from
the whale, and they make perfume out of it. Yeah.
But so we were in a record store one day, and we're looking through names, and all of a sudden we see a band called Ambergris. We can't believe it. We just so we have to change our name. But we'd already been playing as ambergris, and I thought maybe something close to ambergris. And I just going through the dictionary, going through Ambrosia, the food of the gods, the nectar of the gods, on Mount Olympus. It kept you young and it gave you energy. You know, it was like had all these good, very good connotations to that name. And then later on, someone said, "Oh, you named yourself after the fruit salad?" No, the fruit of the gods. But we just liked the sound of the name, and I think it has one of those names that rolls off the tongue nicely.
Yeah. In London, it's rice pudding.
I like the way Al Stewart says it, Ambrosia.
But it's not as bad as Toto. In Japan, Toto is toilet seat.
So, you're named after something sweet, but I love that it's like the nectar of the gods and promotes youth, because look, 50 years later, you're still doing
immortal.
it.
We are immortal, Alvin.
The music is anyway.
Yeah, it's really incredible. So, you guys are doing a show, Unplugged show at Beaver Creek on Thursday. How is this different, obviously, from your hyped, full band, full electric?
It is going to be a full electric, mainly. Actually, we were confused exactly what they wanted from us. Because we said, "Do you want it all unplugged?" They said, "No, we want you to do what you normally do, but we're going to add some unplugged moments."
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Or parts of the show. We'll just bring, for example, our guitar player, Doug Jackson, who from Evergreen, Colorado. And he's an amazing acoustic guitar player. So we're going to say, get out there and do your thing. And then we have a couple of songs from our earlier albums that were just really acoustic guitar and vocal.
That's great.
We'll do some of those things too.
That's wonderful.
Do a
Now,
mix.
I love that. I think just having the full experience is going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Oh,
We're looking forward to it.
May I ask that? I see that thing over there, Avon Live. Is that what we're playing?
So Avon Live is our Wednesday night concert series
okay.
here in Avon, and then you all will be up at Beaver Creek, which is just absolutely incredible and just a beautiful venue. You're surrounded by the mountains. It's going to be stunning. And I know that our audience will be absolutely in for a treat to jump and see you perform there.
Well, it's such a beautiful state. I got to say, when we're driving around, we're just in awe.
It's true.
Gorgeous place.
So I would love to know, what was the favorite song that you have on your set list that has just been one of the biggest hits? And I would like to go one by one.
Okay, yeah.
Who wants to start?
For me, it is a song called Heart to Heart. That's my favorite song. Joe wrote it. And it's on our third album, Life Beyond LA. But I think that song is just beautiful.
That's great.
Favorite Ambrosia song?
Favorite Ambrosia song?
Yeah.
Do you have one that you just said, this is it, this is my song?
I have a long one. Well, I think Drink of Water is
that's a great one.
It's just it's got a pipe organ.
It's
majestic, soulful.
But she wants one that we haven't been playing that one lately, though. So what are we doing in the set?
Holding On.
Probably Holding On yesterday, and that has a special place in our hearts because when we made our first album, it came out in 1975. We released the single "Holding On" yesterday, and we were in our little garage and we were still practicing to get ready to go out on the road when our manager came in to the room and said, "Your song just went to #1 in Denver."
Wow.
Yeah,
we were like,
funny,
we have a #1 record somewhere? It was like, we were like blown away, to see a chart with.
We were at some radio station in I think Denver, and we were doing an interview, and they had the chart, and it was like, #2 was One of These Nights, #1 was Holding On, going, we were intimidated.
That's so great. So how do you curate a set list now? You have so many hits, so many songs. It's probably hard.
It's not. It's the challenge, but for us is we started off. I would say we're more of a what they call progressive or art rock kind of band. I mean, Holding On was kind of in between. It wasn't what they call yacht rock. But we had songs like we had a song called "Nice, Nice, Very Nice," which opened the first album with lyrics that we borrowed from the author Kurt Vonnegut Jr. And the most intimidating thing for us was that we had one verse, but we needed a second verse. So I wrote a second verse, and he was like my favorite author of all time. And I'm thinking, is he going to say okay to my verse? And he said, yeah, we love it. He wrote us a congratulatory letter saying, I envy you guys. music is the only art that's worth a damn. So here he is, one of the most famous authors of our era, you know, growing up, and it was that kind of stuff that it's just amazing to come from where we did, you know, to be this little bar band, to have Kurt Vonnegut Jr. saying that to us.
That's amazing.
Wow.
It's really
You know,
flattering.
the history of Ambrosia, I mean, we were labeled kind of as a prog band at first. We were kind of America's answer to Genesis and Yes, King Crimson.
Yep.
And then by our third album, so to preface that, we grew up playing everything. In fact, you know, we did our first album, we did 50 songs, demoed 50 songs, and the head of the label, Russ Regan, came in and heard them all. And he picked that direction. Nice, very nice, holding on.
Time waits for no one. Drink of water. Yeah.
And his philosophy was he had country artists, he had pop artists, he had R&B, he had Barry White, you know, so it was like he didn't have that. So that's what he said, can you give me that? Because I don't have that. And so we were delighted, because it's like, that's where our hearts really were.
Yeah.
You know, so we did, you know, a couple albums like that, and that strain has always been in our music. Every album we did, we had the art songs, you know. But by the third album, because we played a lot of R&B to survive while we were doing our first two records. We played at a bar at night, playing R&B music, a female gay bar.
Oh, wow.
So it was
So
interesting.
you really had to make it work. Well,
we had to be good at playing that R&B. So, you know, so that what you play kind of creeps into what you write and things like that. So pretty soon songs like How Much I Feel came out. Yeah. You know, and it's like all of a sudden, here was this band. Here was this band that was, you know, labeled this way, but what's this? You know?
And here you are 50 years later with this incredible career, and I think it's just really exciting that everybody gets to see you perform some of those hits on Thursday night at Beaver Creek.
Yeah, that's right.
We really appreciate it.
Sure.
Now, we thank you all. So Joe, Burley, and Chris, thank you for joining me here on the couch. It's been quite the honor. I love your music. I think it's just so cool to have met you. Now stay tuned. We have a few more things coming up, but an honor to have Ambrosia joining us here in studio. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pastel.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I?
Yes, I do. So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness. Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. I've got Kevin Shields joining me here in studio today. It is Monday, July 24th. We are at the top of our second hour. Lots of exciting things. The Stockton group will be joining us here in person. Kevin and I actually get in a unique moment, and we'll be sitting on the couch chatting about all things North. Again, Covered Bridge Celebration Day. So we'll be talking about that and looking at some more segments they have. And then Avija with Vail Vibes at the Gerald Ford Amphitheater. We'll be right back. Good Morning Vail starts now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall, your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Well, Kim was right. We've got an exciting show for you today. We've got some exciting things also happening in the weather. If we take a look at that local weather, getting up this morning, it's going to be 63 degrees, a high today of 88, 15% chance of precipitation possibly moving in. We're going to see that wind pick up 10 to 15 miles an hour and just a gradual increase in the temperatures throughout the day with some of those higher temperatures, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Highs today across the I-70 corridor, 99 degrees in Denver, 88 in Vail, 91 in Avon, and then 94 in Eagle. So quite high temperatures coming through. Tonight's going to low down to about 55 degrees. Winds are going to die down a little bit. But again, like I said, those winds coming in this afternoon are going to blow in something for weather later on this week. And as we look at it, thunderstorms are possible Wednesday. There's a percent of precipitation tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Hopefully clear all that up for Saturday. There's a low chance of precipitation on Saturday, but mostly sunny. And we're going to stay throughout those low to mid 80s all throughout the week. So great temperature all week long. We'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 7 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TVA Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It's always a pleasure to have Mr. Ty Stockton in the studio with the Stockton Group, with Compass, talking about some amazing properties here in the Valley. Now, in the world-class setting that we're in, Ty, when you hear breathtaking views, opulent amenities, luxurious design, and world-class location, you think of this huge, amazing ski resort that is set here in the mountains. But those describe some of these properties that you're showcasing with the Stockton Group.
Absolutely, and those are great words to use because we have a lot of amazing homes here. And today, we're going to talk about 47 Wood Violet. And what I love is it's located in the gated community of Mountain Star. And a lot of people, viewers, this is why we come in, we want to talk about it, we want to educate people on that area, because it's on the opposite side of Beaver Creek. So you have these sweeping views, and you see, the Saguache Range and Grouse Mountain, and those are dramatic, and that is so much about Mountain Star. You drive through the gate, and as soon as you make that switchback, bam, there it is. And the homeowners up there, they love it because it's gated. They love because there's a lot of open space, and the lots on average are bigger. This is over 2.5 acres.
Wow.
Compared to, say, downtown Vail or Beaver Creek, you may, a decent sized lot there may be, a half an acre. So you have more space plus the open space. And this particular home, as we talked about before we went on the air, is it has been meticulously renovated in a contemporary style. And what I love about that is, we've had a lot of people that are seeking new homes, but as you know, over the last several years, there's been this trend towards more modern, contemporary, brighter, lighter, kind of airier feel, with, beautiful European oak floors and marble, and this house has it. So, I'd say in the last 2 or 3 years, we've sold a lot of homes in Mountain Star. And yet people say, I love Mountain Star, but it tends to have traditional homes. I'd like something that has, a more contemporary feel. And 47 Wood Violet has that. It also offers great space, 5 bedrooms, 7 baths, over 6,500 square feet, excuse me, and 3 car garage with a heated auto court. So, you could tell I could go on and on about this house.
Again, the
those views
are majestic. You just don't get those anywhere else. And that open floor plan, and like you said, contemporary, when you look at the video and you see even the bedrooms, the placement of the windows throughout this home allow that natural light to come in and just make everything pop.
Yeah, we always talk about nature and the outdoors here. Well, this house has large glass windows, so your art for your house in some cases is the view outside the window. You can sit there and you get caught up in staring out at that view. But the outdoor spaces here, they have this beautiful patio that's off the main level, off the kitchen and dining room area, and there's a nice large outdoor sitting area so you can sit there and you can gaze at that view. And as you know, the freeway runs through the Vail Valley, so some people that want no highway impact, Mountain Star is that neighborhood. Right. Hear me again. If you want to hear no freeway impact, Mountain Star does that, and it does it in such a private setting. Lots of beautiful aspens and mature pine trees, and you can sit there and just watch deer literally walk by your front yard. The birds are chirping. You're sipping on coffee. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready to move in. And with that larger lot size, it engages that privacy even more. And it's like you're on your own mountain oasis.
Yeah, and I just love that right out your front door, Mountain Star community did a wonderful thing. They preserved a lot of open space, as I mentioned earlier, within the community. So that's going to stay there. That's by design. And there's lots of great nature trails, so you can walk out your door and go for a long hike. In the wintertime, you can put on snowshoes or cross-country skis, and away you go, and you just have everything there if you want it. And they have a little gatehouse, and if you choose to get social, they have little social events, and homeowners get together, and it forms just a really amazing community. And the Pace in Mountain Star is designed for people that want to be in their house, and they want to hang around there, and they're not interested necessarily being on top of everything all the time. and they're great gathering houses for families, you know, and this is one of those.
And as you pointed out, the gate, the thing that you can't describe in words is the feeling. When you drive through that gate, just going up into that area, it's so relaxing, so serene. It is just the perfect setting here in the mountains.
Yeah, and you are no more than 10 minutes from Beaver Creek and 20 minutes to Vail. So you don't have to compromise your skiing or access if you want to go to a nice restaurant in Vail or Beaver Creek. It's just moments away. And by the way, the drive to and from is not punishment.
No, it's not rough at all.
It's not punishment, no. It's terrific. You know, it's been fun this was one of those houses when the owners called me and said, you know, we're thinking about selling our house. I got excited because I've been waiting for that contemporary style home so I could showcase it to all your viewers and talk about it, because sometimes I have to say, I don't really have anything like that right now, and I know that's what you're looking for.
Every time you come on the show, I go, you know what, the next time you and I meet, there's no way he's going to outdo the home that we just saw, and then you do it again. And it's like, what an honor for you and your team to be able to have these homes and transition them to a new owner.
And I do want to say, and thank you for that, I do want to say the last time I was on your show a little over a week ago, we showcased 2 homes. One of those homes I talked about, and it's under contract.
Wow.
You know, your viewers see that, and they're here watching. They want to hear about real estate instead of seeing those little, you know, small classified ads in the paper or whatever, or looking at a home on their phone. But, you know, we have a website that you can, you know, go in more detail to see this home. And I just absolutely love the opportunity to schedule and provide a private tour of this home or any of the other homes in the valley.
It's what's really nice is in the community, people ask me, oh my gosh, I saw this beautiful home by the Stockton Group. And I go, you know, you can't say you're purchasing a home from the Stockton Group. You're investing in your lifestyle. And that's what this is.
It is. The lifestyle drives everything we do in the valley. Why would you buy a home if you haven't really been captivated by the lifestyle? And we offer so much. I was at the Jazz Festival at the Solaris Plaza last night, and it was so fun. There was kids were dancing, and you know, people way into the music, and that's after a long day of whether you've golfed or hiked or Jeep toured or whitewater rafted or whatever you've done. You know, I love it. People say, I sleep so well here because they're gassed. I mean, and then we put them in those beautiful houses, and we just make magic. And, you know, the homes are built by great builders, and the Vail Valley does such a great job of offering so many wonderful things, from, you know, a 2-year-old to, you know, a 98-year-old. That's what I love, is you see, you know, sometimes 4 generations of families here all spending time together. That is cool. That's really cool.
And you talk about time. I mean, people are so busy when they're here in the valley, but what you've done is you've created the immersion theater. So take away the days of driving around from place to place. Let's talk about the immersion theater, how that came about, and how that benefits someone looking for a property here in Vail.
Yeah, in short terms, the immersion theater is located in my office in the Solaris on the 2nd floor, and we literally created a theater-like atmosphere, and I created something that I envisioned. I created a digital twin, so we showcase the whole Vail Valley, and in the most traditional sense, what we call a discovery tour is when somebody calls and says, I'm interested in buying a house, right? And they don't necessarily know where or what style or what they're looking for. And we spend, on average, 6 or 8 hours going through, driving around the valley and looking at houses, only to eliminate the vast majority of those. So with the immersion theater, you could see it up on the screen now, what we do is we bring people in, and we have a very comfortable setting. So we have every flavor of coffee ever known to man. You know, we have waters and drinks. We believe people should have a glass of champagne or wine while they're looking at houses, and they sit there in the comfort of our immersion theater, and we showcase that. We bring food in from Sweet Basil or Matsuhisa for them, and we do what's called our immersion theater guarantee. And we believe we're the only ones anywhere that can guarantee that we'll show you 100% of all the inventory exactly when you want to see it. And we go through that process and we get to a short list, which is going to be that maybe 1 or 2 houses that you're really interested in.
Right.
And then we go see those. So we do that whole tour in less than 45 minutes, in the comfort of our office. There's no logistical snafus that happen because we're not calling and changing times. And people go, wow, this is really relaxing and it's nice. It's almost like I'm watching, the new latest movie that's out,
Right. Yeah.
and that's the way it should be. And what I like to say is we give people back their most valuable asset, which is time. In
Right.
some cases we've done it where we've given somebody a full day back because we didn't have to do that tour. That's a full day of vacation
Right.
that you
the
can't ever
value,
get
you
back.
can't put a value on that. So, what you've done, such an intuitive approach to real estate and getting people to that next phase of their lifestyle. So Ty, thank you again for coming in, showcasing another beautiful property. If you or anybody you know out there is interested in a new property, don't forget the Stockton Group. The Stockton Group, Vail.com is the website. Get a hold of Ty and his team, and they will take you on an extravagant tour of Vail, the surrounding area, and find that perfect home that matches that lifestyle. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hello, everyone. Now is the time to refresh your floors. I'm Mandy Benedict. I'd love to invite you into our showroom to explore our 12,000 square foot showroom where you can view all different floors installed, see what it looks like in a larger space. One of our greatest growing products is waterproof wood flooring, which for our environment with kids and dogs and ski boot and our mountain lifestyle, this is a great flooring option. I brought one of the planks with me today. They're nice, long, wide planks. They're embossed on grain, so they look beautiful, but they perform really well in our mountain lifestyle. We have all employee installers. They've been working for over a decade with us, and we have a lifetime installation warranty. So not only do we make sure that the client gets what they want, we know what this climate needs. We have beautiful reclaimed floors, herringbone, really anything that you're looking for to update your home or your business. We have it at Rugs Benedict. We provide free estimates. So come in and visit us in the store. We'd love to see you.
Good morning, Vail.
Stockton of the Stockton Group. We love what they have to say, but we are in the midst of celebrating Covered Bridge, and so let's check out this next segment and conversation that they had here on the couch.
Hello, welcome to Covered Bridge on TV8. I'm Kim Fuller, co-owner of Jaunt Media Collective in West Vail and editor-in-chief of Covered Bridge magazine.
And I'm Bobby LaRue, the other co-owner of Jaunt Media Collective and the director of partnerships at Covered Bridge magazine. We had the pleasure of sitting down with some really awesome locals that really celebrate collaboration and really have created some unique things for our valley and the state wide. So today we're sitting down with David Walsh with Van Life Customs, Alex and Kuhn of Hygge Life. Dave, can you give us a little idea of what Van Life Customs is and what you guys do over there?
Absolutely, Bobby. So we build bespoke camper vans on the Mercedes Sprinter, Ford Transit, and Ram ProMaster chassis. We're essentially set up as an upfitter, so you bring us an empty van and we build you the camper van of your dreams.
That's pretty awesome. And Alex and Kuhn, give us a little idea of how to pronounce your business and what exactly you guys do over there.
All right, so maybe we start with hygge. So hygge is a Danish word that doesn't translate directly, but it kind of means coziness. So it's just this feeling really good, content, happy in a moment. And our shop and cafe located in Eagle Vail is called Hygge Life. So we basically import all sorts of home goods, furniture, lighting, decor, from all over Scandinavia and Europe that we feel like creates an atmosphere that creates that hygge feeling.
Mm-hmm. So when I think of van life, I think of cozy, right? Of being in a van and being able to go anywhere you want and really create your life by design. So what was it, Dave, that, what was the impetus of starting to work with Hygge Life?
Yeah. Well, we've known Alex and Kuhn for a while here in the Valley. Love going into their shop and checking things out. And every time I'd walk through there, I'd be like, wow, this would be so cool to incorporate in a van build. Like, how could we get this vibe in a van? It's definitely a small space, so it has to be done really clean and really simple. And the vibe that we saw every time we walked into Hygge was just exactly that, but it was still inviting. So yeah, we just kind of started kicking around some ideas and saw some finishes and some fabrics and thought, wow, maybe we could build a cool van out of this.
Yeah.
When I first heard of this idea, I had what I would picture, like, oh, they're going to supply a few things. But after talking to Dave and during the build, it sounds like you guys had a pretty big part in creating what that interior of the van would look like.
We did. No, it was really fun to kind of start thinking a little bit out of the box from a home or a room, but to get to a room on wheels, really. And you do start thinking about colors, about fabrics in there, even how to position lighting, how to build in certain lighting, and then what objects and items can you bring in that both create a really good vibe, but are also super practical, of course, because you're going to get out there, you're going to be camping out, and which things can you use inside the camper van, but are also possibly to pull out when you're eating, dining, grilling, after swimming, relaxing, sitting in the sun. And then how to pack it all up and create a really cozy, comfy home, because it doesn't matter whether it's raining outside, you're sitting outside, but how to use those things all around.
Yeah, and Dave, you often work with clients in that way where they're designing their vans from scratch. Is this correct?
Yep.
And so that also includes aesthetic, and they can get as detailed as they'd like.
Yeah. Our customers can come in, they can choose from a number of different fabrics, or they can bring their own. We've done tufted leather seats or couches in the vans as well. The key is that we bring in ideas from the customer and we incorporate them into a durable solution that we have. Because these vans are going to do 70 miles an hour down the road, bumping along, down a washboard road to find a good rural off-grid campsite. So it needs to hold up too. So we had to bring like the nice high-end feel of a home and put it in something and keep it all together.
And Alex, you do the same at Hygge Life with guests, or not guests, but customers who come in and they ask you for your amazing design advice. Are you able to go into their homes and help them in that way too?
Yeah, we actually just rolled out a styling program this last year, which has been going really well so far. And we're able to go into people's homes, and that could be, for a specific room, an office, the entire home, a living room. And we'll basically go in and help them with furnishings, lighting, decor. And so the van was actually a really fun project for us too, to practice our styling. Yeah.
What's really unique too, if you guys haven't been over to the shop in the wintertime, I don't know if you guys are doing this in the summer, but Saturdays are sauna days, is that correct?
Yeah.
I saw that going on a little bit this year.
Yeah, just, so Hygge also definitely incorporates enjoyment, fun, a good time basically, and so to put that, and you can do Hygge. Hygge is used as a verb in the Danish language, so you could say, hey guys, come over for dinner, Hygge with us tomorrow night. And so we are always thinking of how to incorporate Hygge and to practically do it as well. In this case we got like, well, why don't we put a sauna in front of the shop? Quite a nice Nordic thing to do, both relaxing and fun. So this past winter, we indeed every Saturday had a sauna in front of the shop. You could book an hour and come with some friends or family, and that hour the sauna was yours. Coffee in the cafe before or after. Of course, did the whole package. So we got a cold plunge next to it, and just indeed to just do Hygge as well. Not just say buy this, your home is going to be more Hygge, but totally to live it as well. Yeah, because it is Hygge life.
Right. It seems like we should be pulling the sauna with the van. That would be
That would be the most ideal thing. Yes.
I feel that with Hygge Life, it's always, for me, it's those things I didn't know I needed, right? And like a sauna, or very much a part of the Scandinavian culture, and then once they're a part of your life, the candles, the cozy stuff, it just becomes integrated. So Dave, were there any things in the van that showed up that you were like, wow, I never would have thought of this until it's there, and now you're so many customers that you're going to
There absolutely were a few things. I think the lighting was a big thing. We have our normal built-in lighting that we use, But Alex and Kuhn brought in some great accent pieces. They have these little, is it like a little candelabra thing?
Yeah, it's like a little portable light.
Yeah, and it's like a touch
rechargeable
light. It's amazing. And then the globe light with the handle on top was fantastic. And being able to hang that in the van and then grab it and take it out of the van. There was just some amazing accessories. And then, there's nothing better than laying on, gosh, what was it, alpaca?
Sheepskin?
Well, the sheepskins are always amazing, but the blankets and the covers were just, it was the next level. Like, it took this van to a really another place.
So the van is since sold, but if you guys want to reach out, I'm sure they could redo or refashion a total different Hygge Life van or a van from Dave. But what I want to focus on quickly before we end is, you've created some really unique businesses, but you both seemingly see the power and the opportunity of collaboration. And if you could just speak to that a little bit, because I think that's really what we're trying to celebrate at Covered Bridge and TV8 is how to work together within this silo of our valley, but then how to create more community around that.
No, yeah, what is really fun is indeed to see collaboration. We always believe that the more you collaborate, the sum of individual components becomes bigger than just a simple equation. And that's what we've always tried to do as well. So any partnership is really fun. And when we got to start talking about this idea, we're totally on board. And it doesn't always need to be resulting into this massive opportunity or big thing, but it really is about creating community, putting things out there together. You are stronger, we think, together than just by yourself. And it is also just what we try to do at the shop and with the coffee bar and the cafe in there, bring in the sun. It is engaging the community because it's just simply, it's more Hygge together as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and we do. I mean, in the Vail Valley, I think it is really important that we all do come together and work together. And because, like you said, there are just such amazing small businesses in the valley, and it takes a lot of passion and grit and to make your business survive up here, I think, as well. And so I think coming together and really helping each other and coming up with fun ideas, and this really was mostly fun. We had a really fun time with it, and neat to connect with Dave and create this beautiful van. But I think in the valley, just all of us coming together, it's important.
Yeah. And a big shout out to you guys as well with what you guys are doing with Covered Bridge to highlight those stories, those connections, and basically the passion from a lot of local entrepreneurs to bring that out there. It's much appreciated.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really wonderful to be able to bring these stories, partnerships, and wonderful people to life on TV8. So thank you so much for watching today. Covered Bridge on TV8. We'll see you next time.
Enjoy the journey.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, this is a fun piece and interview for me because we have Kevin Shields switching hats to chat with us about wellness and mental health and all things that you can do for it. So, Kevin, Hi again.
Hello, hello. Well, we talk a lot about in the Valley, about how we're all health conscious and the wellness part of why we're here, and the exercise with the mountain biking, the hiking, all those fun outdoor activities that we take part in. And so what do you do, for example, for your health and wellness?
Sure. I think something as simple as just getting out and going for a walk, that really does help, just to step away, take a moment to be present, and it's so important to do that. But, then you've got that adrenaline rush if you're doing something a little bit more aggressive, like,
Right.
A bike ride and, or just simply going to the gym and knowing that you're pushing yourself to your max limit for the day.
Yeah, and in the Vail Valley here, we've got many world-class athletes that we're surrounded by. And so when we talk about health and we talk about wellness, everybody automatically migrates towards that physical modality of wellness. Whereas a lot of times we forget to focus on the mental part and making sure that there is a balance there. And that's kind of what being in the mountains and having a healthy lifestyle is about, balance. So by taking a moment and understanding that it is okay to talk about your mental balance, your mental well-being and health. So there's many different ways and many different resources here in the Valley that you can take part in. Whether it's you're having a tough time just in general, in coping with some changes, life changes in your life. I mean, some of the top life changes are if there's a death in the family, unfortunately, if you're going through a move and a relocation, having a new child, adding a new addition to your family. And there's many, many other things that can really come into play that kind of throw that balance out. And if you feel yourself kind of getting out of balance, it's completely acceptable to go and talk to a therapist about it.
It really is. I think the mental piece is really an important space. You don't think about how important rest factors into that and being able to set boundaries and say no, and sometimes you need help to do that, an external resource. So talk to me a little bit more about that, and you are very involved in that community, so tell me more.
Yeah, since in the last a little over 2 years, I've been involved in the health and wellness business and dealing with substance abuse and behavioral health. Now, the substance abuse aspect of it, there's a lot of questions around what happens first. Does the substance abuse create the trauma, or does the trauma create the substance abuse? And it's completely up to the individual. And different people process things in different ways. That's why maybe finding that individual therapist to kind of walk through and talk through what you might be feeling or going through may help you in those coping mechanisms. You mentioned sleep, paramount importance. If you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to be 100%. And things can snowball from there. If you go into work or you try to engage with your family and you haven't had enough rest, you're not going to be 100%. And so things tend to then just kind of follow that sequence of events. So realizing it, number one, and making sure that you've got those resources handy is the first step. Now, if it gets more serious, and there's several things in our community you can reach out to, Speak Up, Reach Out is a great program for suicide prevention. So if you see someone, a friend, family, or yourself, you see those telltale times of, I'm struggling right now, there's resources you can reach out to kind of help you through those rough patches, those tough times, and give you the different things to work on in your life to regain that balance.
Sure. So if you did need help, and you mentioned Speak Up, Reach Out, but where would you say, what would be the very, very first step somebody can address within themselves or reaching out to somebody?
Well, I think once you realize that, that's the biggest thing. And then what's even more important is realize it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to feel that way. Depression is okay.
Yeah.
Being sad is okay. Those are emotions. And a lot of times when you work with a clinician, you'll talk about that emotional wheel and where things go. And on the outer parts of that emotional wheel are those things like sadness and oh, I feel lonely. And addressing them at those stages are when it's most important. Because if you let them go, it's going to kind of dive down, dig a little bit deeper into the depression part. And then you've got a little harder work to do. It's not insurmountable. It's easy to get there. But realizing it, number one, realizing it's okay to address and deal with, number two, is 90% of the battle. And then find one of those resources that fits you. Not everything fits everybody. I mean, we've got Vail Health has a certain segment that they deal with. We've got All Points North, which I'm very well familiar with in working with them. So there's a lot of different resources out there to really get and find what fits with you. You know, clinicians are clinicians and they deal with their certain specialties. So finding out kind of where you're at and where that may fit best into your life, into your lifestyle, and kind of where your goals want to take you.
Well, and it's not a full commitment if you're scared to take that first step. You can just have that initial conversation and get things rolling. And usually it's nice because sometimes it's somebody that you are not tied to in your personal life. It makes you connect a little bit better.
Right. And I know from All Points North, for example, they've got a lot of podcasts that are out there with individuals that have gone through the program, being very candid about what they went through, how they got there, and how they're getting out. And I know up there's a lot of celebrities, a lot of professional athletes, but it's not just for that clientele. It caters to just about everybody. And I think with clinicians, it isn't if you're at a certain level or a certain area, that's just for you. It's everybody's affected by this. And obviously COVID, when we went through that, not to beat a dead horse, but that took a lot of people down and really brought mental health to the forefront and made us realize and respect that those emotions do come up in every single one of us. And be responsible to yourself and think about yourself. Be a little selfish and take care of that.
It's just learning how to set boundaries, and sometimes that's hard to do, especially when we are, as a society, consistently pushed to keep on that straight line trajectory up the mountain. But reality is, just like hiking, you're not going straight up. You're following different paths, and you're traversing across to go up. And so it's really important to know that sometimes if you are in that mental health space, you won't be there forever. It's just a season.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's a natural reaction, and it is an emotion. There's many emotions out there. We feel them all depending on what stage of life we're in, what we're going through at that certain time, and learning it's okay and addressing it and appreciating it for what it is and then moving on.
So, Kevin, what advice would you have to take that first step, to get outside, to find a clinician? How would you advise somebody if they were to come to you?
There's a lot of resources here in town that you can go to. Like I said, All Points North. You've got Vail Health that's got theirs. There's a lot of different areas you can go to. All you have to do is Google mental health, Vail Valley. Everything will pop up, and and then addressing it. But talk about it, and that's where the organization we were speaking of earlier, Speak Up, Reach Out, talking about it is half the battle.
It really is.
But going for a walk, clearing your head, appreciating the beautiful surrounding that we're in, and realizing maybe that moment, that emotion that you're feeling it's not a forever moment.
It's true. Getting some sleep, putting your phone away.
Right.
At night when you go to bed, I think is very important as well.
Yep. Changing your habits.
Changing your habits, definitely. Well, Kevin, it's so fun to talk to you about your area of expertise. I know there are many more, but to have you here guest hosting with me and then also just talking about what you do outside of TV8 is really important.
Well, it's certainly my pleasure and something I'm very passionate about.
It's very evident, so we appreciate that. Now, stay tuned. We have a little bit more here on Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Familia de TV8, estamos muy emocionados de seguir avanzando nuestra programación en español. Recientemente tuvimos un exitoso evento donde colaboramos con nuestra comunidad para desarrollar ideas sobre nuestro contenido y nuestra programación en español. Así que muchísimas gracias a todas las personas que asistieron. Y si no tuviste la oportunidad de contribuir, aún puedes mandarme tus comentarios a través de correo electrónico. Y además te invitamos a seguir nuestras nuevas redes sociales para estar al tanto de todo nuestro contenido en español. Nos encuentras en Instagram y Facebook, @TV8 Conexión Latina, o nuestra página web tv8vail.com/Conexión Latina. Recuerda que puedes sintonizar toda la programación de TV8 a través del canal 92 de Comcast o nuestra página web tv8vail.com. TV8 is excited to continue making progress to our Spanish programming. We recently had a successful event at our studio where we collaborated with community members to develop ideas for the future of our Spanish programming. So thank you to everyone who came out. And if you didn't get a chance to contribute, you can still send me your comments via email. You can also now follow our new Spanish social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram at TV8 Conexión Latina or our website tv8vail.com/Conexión Latina so you can stay up to date on all our Spanish content. Remember, you can also tune in to all of our TV8 programming on Comcast Channel 92 or our website at tv8vail.com.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do. So even though you work for
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
And we are back. Now, we love all the things that Avija is doing with Vail Vibes. She is out and about showing us all of the cool ways to enjoy our wonderful mountain town. So let's take a look at her visit to the Gerald Ford Amphitheater.
Hi friends, welcome to Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater, also known as the AMP, a place that is home to some amazing musical acts all summer long. And what better place to watch live music than this outdoor venue? It wouldn't be summer in Vail without the AMP, an open-air venue surrounded by the Rocky Mountains. It manages to be both majestic and intimate. From humble beginnings to being the center of Vail arts and culture, the AMP has had a rich history, including several remodels since it opened in 1987. In fact, according to the AMP's Facebook page, in the early 80s, many locals had a hard time understanding why a ski town needed a summertime venue. And with endless construction, many people even wondered if it would ever be completed. But thanks to the perseverance of the Vail Valley Foundation and the Ford family, the venue was finally built in 1987 and held its first major performance headlined by Willie Nelson. The AMP continued to draw in big acts and loyal fans. One of those fans was Morgan Russell. He frequented the free Hot Summer Nights concerts that have been going on since the late 80s. And when he realized he can turn his love of live music into a career, well, it was a dream come true for him.
I've been working here for 3 years, and it's my absolute favorite place in the world. I've never loved a job like I love this one.
Being exposed to such a wide variety of entertainment, he says his taste in music has expanded over the years.
I love learning about stuff that I'm not familiar with. We had Maren Morris, who's this big pop country singer, and the crowd was fantastic, amazing. We had Lindsey Sterling, who does this electric violin performance that's choreographed, and it's got this big dance component.
It's a fixed capacity venue with an ability to squeeze in around 3,000 people in total, including the lawn and pavilion combined. But if a show sells out, which it often does, there's an attractive alternative.
One of the wonderful things about this place is it's adjacent to a public park. So when it sells out, people just go to the park or the lovely gardens next door or the creek next door. There's a lot of places to enjoy the music if you're not in the venue.
And speaking of the gardens next door, they were named the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens in 1988. Betty was, of course, the wife of former President Gerald R. Ford, the AMP's namesake. And the garden is known as the highest botanical garden in the world. With the garden, the creek, the park, the mountains, you have a natural environment that's hard to compete with.
For me, that's what makes it so special, and I would much rather enjoy that music in an outdoor setting like this than in a concert hall.
And many of the acts feel similarly.
They're blown away, and consistently people come to the venue for the first time and their jaws literally drop. They look around and say, how have we never been here before? Can we come back?
There's so much to look forward to at the AMP all summer long, including Bravo Vail, the free Hot Summer Nights concerts, Vail Dance Festival, and several national touring acts.
Thievery Corporation on July 15th that we're really excited about, followed by Old Crow Medicine Show the next day, and then Camp on the 17th. So, 3 big shows back to back to back.
Remember to bring a picnic, a rain poncho just in case, and for transportation, well, here's a suggestion.
Ride your bike. That's the best way to get here from pretty much anywhere in Vail. To ride your bike along the creek to arrive here, it just connects the whole thing. You ride past the Alpine Gardens and you get to enjoy the flowers and the nature.
A bike ride, a picnic, some live music. Sounds like a plan. Be sure to check out grfavail.com for more upcoming events. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Good morning, Vail.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Silky and Scott show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail in the TV8 Weather Center. Let's take a look at the local weather getting up today. We're going to see the temperature around 63 degrees. Nice day to start off. Going to warm up though, 88 degrees. We're going to see some winds come in 10 to 15 miles an hour. That typically means we've got some weather coming our way as we look at Vail by the hour, kind of gradually warming up throughout the day, seeing those higher temperatures that 3 to 4 o'clock time frame. So things will gradually warm up, see those higher temperatures. Very, very slight chance of precipitation, but the possibility as that wind pushes some weather towards us. 99 degrees today in Denver, 88 in Vail, 91 in Avon, 94 degrees in Eagle. So going to be a little bit toasty out there today, but it's going to be a nice day to get out there. Temperatures dropping down to 55 degrees tonight. Slight chance of precipitation. The rainfall 15%. The winds are going to die down coming out from the south. So we're going to see, a little decrease in some of that wind. Hopefully keep that weather at bay. But as we look at the 5-day, we're going to see kind of what's coming in with all of that wind that's pushing a possible front our way. So Tuesday, looking 84 degrees, a low of 50. Wednesday, afternoon thunderstorms possible, 40%. And then the rest of the week, 30%, 25% on Thursday and Friday. Mid 80s are going to be the afternoon highs. And then those 50s are going to be the evening lows. So going to cool down at night, but kind of stay that nice mid 80 range throughout the day.
I tell you what, I feel sorry for Denver with 99 degrees today. That is toasty.
Yeah, it has been, they've hit 100 a couple times and it's sweltering. When you get to Denver, sweltering heat at right that 100-degree mark.
It really is brutal. I love the access to a big city, but I have to say we're spoiled living here in the mountains.
Yeah.
It's really nice, cool breeze, just wonderful things happening.
Well, we had a great show today. I hope people caught the first hour when we had Ambrosia here. What a treat. Getting that group
Incredible. 50 years of number ones and incredible performances. They've recently released new music back in 2017 and are still working on more. But most importantly is that they're doing a show. So an unplugged set and then also a regular concert at Beaver Creek on Thursday.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show for sure up in Beaver Creek. Just a great setting. And they're jacked. They are so excited about getting up there and performing. And you can tell what a passion for what they do.
And especially their humility in the music business and to have as many hits as they do. It's just really impressive.
Yeah. And I like how you dug down on the name. Where did the name come from? And that was a curious story as well to listen to how that came about.
They just kind of stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
But it's I think Ambrosia is such a great name. And I think my favorite part is that they got to connect with Ty Stockton of the Stockton Group here.
Right. Ty with those beautiful lifestyle homes and residences. And maybe there's a match there. We'll see what happens if Ty can connect them with the proper property that fits their lifestyle.
I'd love to say TV8 is love at first sight or new home at first sight. So really exciting things happening here at TV8 Vail, and especially on the Good Morning. We're all rocking and rolling and lots of energy today.
That's right, lots of energy, but that's what the rest of the week is going to be about, getting that energy out. We've got the weather that's going to be a little wonky, but should provide us with some good temperatures.
Well, I think we had a strong start to the last full week of July. So, Kevin, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Good morning, Vail.
See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. You're home in the Rockies.